Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today we're talking fantasy trends again. One of the trends that's been happening lately is the terrible play of Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. So that's our trend today. Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, just not being good at football, essentially, right now. Russell Wilson's been back for a few weeks. And Jeff, you know very well, you have been in one of your teams. I actually have been a team of mine too. And he's been bad. He has not been good. Like
God, I was gonna say, I'm so sorry for people that aren't watching on YouTube, but he's just keeps cycling through different Michigan picks. And I every time I look up, I'm like, really? You have another one? All right. I see how it is.
Hassan Haskins, man, that guy's 5 touchdowns. Man,
I know. It reminds me of someone else that scored 5 touchdowns against your guys.
Doesn't matter. That game's irrelevant now. That game doesn't matter anymore.
Well, it matters to us. It matters.
So Russ has been back for 3 weeks, right? This week, okay, and he had 23.4 points, right? So it doesn't look bad, but it came with a late touchdown. It was not a good game. He did not look good. He just happened to get points at the end, right? Before that, he had 8 points. Before that, he had 5 points. So Russ, I think we know the reason for Russ, right? Like, it has to be the finger. They're just not leading on enough to us about how badly this is affecting him, but it's terrible. Now they're 3-8? It's not good. So do you trust this guy? Like, are you going to actually keep playing him, or what do you do?
Oh no, if I have an option, that's always the deal, right? I would be off of Russell Wilson. I love him. He's great. He started off fine. But that injury really did affect him. Not to mention they can't really run the ball right now. And everyone knows they're kind of a one-trick pony. Like, you make sure Lockett doesn't go deep, and then you just pray to God that DK doesn't make a crazy athletic catch over you. And right now, when Russell is not throwing his best, neither of those things have been happening. And like you said, I mean, week 10, 11, and 12 have been abysmal. And I know that in standard, I'll just talk about that. He had 23 points last week, but you're not joking when you're talking about late. Mm-hmm. First of all, that play shouldn't have happened. He stepped up in the middle the pocket, throwing a laser down the middle of the field, which was a good throw. And he got a touchdown with whatever it was, 10 seconds left or whatever. Yeah,
the whole drive, it was like a 97-yard drive. He got it was all passing. So he got an extra 97 yards.
He would have been low teens, and that would have been his best game still in the past 3. And that was against a Washington team we don't think that highly of. San Fran is about to be next. And then you have Houston, which you're like, okay, fine. But then the Rams and from there on out, and unless week 17, Detroit, sure. But spotty at best. I do not feel comfortable at all. I think right now he has got to be outside of top 15 for sure. He might be on my top 20.
So this week I have an option in a league. I have Russell Wilson. I have Joe Burrow. I'm going Joe Burrow, right? You wouldn't even question that, right? You're just going to go Joe Burrow at this point. There's an interesting one. Would you go Russell Wilson, or would you go Taysom Hill, who looks like he's going to get his chance this week?
This week?
Yeah.
If I know he's starting.
And it looks like he's starting. It looks very likely he's playing.
If that is locked and loaded, I would take the shot at Taysom.
You think? Yeah. And it seems like that's where it's trending, where Taysom's going to be the guy. So
Finally.
If that's the case, would you take that shot on Taysom?
Yeah, seriously, I would.
Yeah. I think I would too, to be honest. With what I've seen from Russ, I'm like, he did garbage time points to make it better, but I'd San Francisco likes to control the ball and not even give Seattle a lot of opportunities. So I could just see that not being good. But okay, Russ, we know one thing. What about DK? Is this all because of Russ? Like, what is going on? DK, last 3 games, standard scoring, 2 points. It's not going to be much better in PPR. 2.6 points, 3.1 points, 1.3 points. The guy has 7 points in standard scoring over 3 weeks. 7 points in 3 weeks in standard. Add full PPR. He has 15 points in 3 weeks in full PPR. 15. In PPR, which gives ridiculous numbers, 5 points per game the last 3 weeks. You thought I was crazy for trading him a few weeks ago. Look what's happened since.
I know, go figure.
What's the
yeah,
deal here?
I mean, the deal is Russell. When he's not right, I mean, he is a tremendous quarterback. He really is. I don't think he gets quite enough love, which is saying something because a lot of people like him. I don't think people understand how good he really is. And the weird part too is, Russell has been out more than these past 4 weeks, right? And DK was doing fine with the backup quarterback. So can this get back on track? Absolutely. And it can. And I have a much harder time taking DK out of my lineup because he's always a touchdown away from making your week worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
But he has been really, really bad. In saying that, I don't know if I take him out because here's the difference. In weeks 1 through 8, he averaged a touchdown a game. Last 3 weeks, nothing at all. I think you can get that back on track, even with Russell not being himself. I don't know that this would be the one where if he got another, 3-point game, I'd be like, I did it to myself, but I still think I'd be too afraid to take him out. I don't know. Are you willing to risk it and take him out of your lineup?
I don't think so. I think I'm probably playing DK. I'm not playing
you're like
Russ.
Me and you're a coward.
Yeah.
Too afraid to take him out.
I will say, like, DK can turn up because DK wasn't like the volume was never like massive for him, right? That was never what it was. So yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like thinking, oh my god, it's just gonna be great, amazing. I know I'm getting just a top player. Like, I don't think that right now, but I still go with it. Yeah, still got to go with it. It's just, yeah. What do you? Oh man, I wish it was. I don't know. It's really frustrating. I'm happy I traded him. I don't have to worry about it. Except I do. In another league, I have Russ and DK, and it's just. I thought I was getting just a great, just a great duo there. That just doesn't seem to be the case right now. And I'll say I am worried for the rest of the year on him. I really don't like. The rest of the year, I'm actually just really worried about it. Next year, I'm not worried. They'll be fine, right?
Oh yeah. They'll definitely bounce back. I mean, see how productive they were in the first handful of games, and even DK the first 8 weeks, he was great. It was a very, very good wide receiver. Hopefully, he gets even a few more, targets coming his way with DK because we're already kind of off the Russ train. Like, hey, try someone else until he gets his stuff together. Is there anyone where is the cutoff with DK? Like, maybe you do have a really deep bench. Where's the cutoff where you're saying, know what, let's give him 1 week at least to see if Russell comes back around? Like, can you sit him against San Fran and throw in someone else that you're more comfortable about? Because we were talking about in general.
Okay. Is it like
for 1 week?
Yeah, you could have a situation where maybe it's like Jalen Waddle.
Another picture. Oh God.
I had to represent Aiden Hutchinson again. Should be Heisman winner. At least get to New York. Like, okay, would you play Jalen Waddle? I think like DK could get to a spot where DK might have been your top, but you've had some other guys that have stepped up and like maybe it's Michael Pittman and Michael Pittman's been a little iffy, but you got Jalen Waddle, right? I'd probably play Jalen Waddle over DK right now.
I'd be okay with that. New York Giants coming off of 2 good weeks.
Yeah. I think I play Jalen Waddle right now over DK. I think he's going to get volume, and I think I'd go there. So if that became a decision for some reason, I would go.
Do you play Pittman going against Houston?
I don't think against Houston, maybe. Except here's the thing with Pittman is I think the Colts have decided they want to be like the Titans were and run the ball out. They got a little worried about it last week against the Bucks and didn't do like they should have, which always kind of angers me about teams is if you're that scared of the Bucks where you can't try to do what you're best at. And I think the Colts are great at it. Why can't they go run down their throat? And guess what? They did one drive. They just gave the ball to Jonathan Taylor again. And guess what? Right down the field, touchdown. So do what you do best, right? So I think that's what the Colts are. And I think that's what they can do against Houston. And I think they can dominate on the ground against Houston. And they might not need to use Michael Pittman. So I think I played DK over Michael Pittman.
Wait, are you thinking you rank him? Where are you going to rank DK?
DK
this week?
Probably between 15 and 20, honestly.
I was wondering if he was going to be outside of your top 20.
He'll be close to 15 to 20 in that range. Probably there's other injuries like Debo's hurt.
Yeah.
There's just other things, stuff like that I'm in, like Packers are on bye, right? So there's no Devontae Adams in there this week so that he drops. There's no DJ Moore. DJ Moore would have probably been ahead of him. So yeah, he's probably around 15 for me. So yeah, all right. Not loving life if you're relying on these guys, but it could turn around. I'm not saying it can't. I worry about it with Russ's finger. I feel like that's the issue here, and I don't know if that can correct itself right now. So all right, there we go. Oh, hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, the Michigan backgrounds. It's a good time. Got a good game this Saturday. Better beat Iowa, or it's all for nothing.
I never thought I'd be cheering for Iowa so hard.
It's not going to happen, Jeff.
It would be a crushing blow, which would be so sweet to watch.
Enjoy your non-playoff bowl game.
I'm still very impressed by us. 2 losses. Pretty darn good. What are we projected for, like 4 wins total this year?
College football is nuts, man. Coaches going everywhere. Wild. Did you see what Lincoln Riley apparently got contract-wise, like what they're doing for him?
No.
Before we end this, let me read this to you. I don't know how. I think this is real.
I think this is real.
No, this was the rumor here. See if it's actually real. There's no way this is real. How can it be? I have to look for some more info. It was USC would be buying both of his homes in Oklahoma for $500,000 over asking price. They're going to buy him a $6 million home in Los Angeles in unlimited use of a private jet 24/7 for his family. In 110 million.
And 110 million on top of that.
Yeah, let me see if I can get some other.
I feel like nuts. For 110 million, why buy the homes? Like, just roll that into the.
That would be nuts, wouldn't it? Yeah, here it is. It's 110 million. Who knows if this is real, right? 110 million. USC buying both of his homes in Oklahoma for 500,000 over asking, which is essentially $1 million bonus. Buying a $6 million home in LA for him and unlimited use of the private jet. We'll never really probably get confirmation if all that extra stuff's real, but I'm going to believe it. Then Brian Kelly goes to LSU. Heck, man.
Yeah, I don't. Have you read more about that? I don't understand the move necessarily. I mean,
Brian Kelly's kind of I don't know. It's a Brian Kelly move.
Yeah, watch it. He made his name around us. Actually,
he's true. Yeah, I mean, shoot, like
Grand Valley. Yeah, literally wearing this shirt.
Like they probably wouldn't have this shirt if it wasn't for Brian Kelly, right?
Yeah.
But I was reading. There's some.
That's hilarious. You're wearing a Grand Valley shirt.
Yeah. No, funny thing, I was just reading some stuff. I didn't even realize this. Like on one of his early staffs at Central Michigan, he had Matt LaFleur and Robert Saleh on that staff as graduate assistants. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good coaching staff there as assistants. But all right, there we go. That'll do it for today. Enjoy the Big Ten championship and watch Michigan win.
I will watch.
All right, that'll do it. Talk to you guys next time.